one that's scratching, making me get.
What's good, everybody? What's good? I'm live on YouTube. Come check me out. The link's in my bio. So I was live on TikTok. Welcome to In Love with Kimberly Michael.
What's good,
I am her. She is me.
Come check me out. The link's in my bio.
I have everything. Like, I just have to copy and paste, and then I'll be done. Which is, I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to be done or what, because I'm just kind of learning TikTok in a way. So people always telling me all these numbers, and I don't know. Thank you so much, Steve. I just do TikTok. Anyway, big shout out to Jim Savage. We wrecked last week, like between him and I. And honestly, I was very ill, and I literally went to bed Sunday and woke up Wednesday kind of sick. Like I didn't even know what was going on, what day it was. I know I have terrible lighting right now. And what's going on, you guys? Hi. Yeah. So the only thing I will say is tonight may be short. I really honestly am getting my strength back. Like legitimately, I haven't been out of yesterday. I spent some time in this chair in the morning, and today I spent too much time in this chair, I think. So I've had a nap. I should be good, hopefully. So I was still gathering content, not while I was down, but so now I have like extra content, and I just ran across this today. I was just kind of researching the guy to like see who he was. Apparently he's a kind of a big guy. So as far as like TikTok and social media go, his name is Ace Metaphor. And I never put up videos. I don't know who the people are when I do it. You guys know I do on TV now. I have to say that, which sucks so bad, but I don't watch TV. I'm very deliberate with what I put in my stuff, in my head. And I'm just very deliberate. So before I go any further, savagecom.entertainment, please, you guys subscribe, like the show, and then share the shit out of it. Doesn't matter what platform you share it on, because everybody can come here. So there's that. I just put up my little TikTok. That's what I was doing. I didn't plan it to go like, well, there's like a little intro that Jay does for me. He's so nice, and it's different, and I love it. I saw that it was different. Thank you. And he does a great job. He does my intros, my outros. He babysits me on this thing. I mean, he throws people off. Like he's just dope. I'm gonna say that all the time, and I fucking mean it. He knows that. I tell him off air that he's dope, but I want to acknowledge him. So for us to show him love and showing me love, subscribe, like, and share the shit out of the show. So anyway, so this was just one of the things I was running across today, and I sent it over, and Jay was like, "What's the title?" I was like, it wasn't really about this one, but it's cool because I just would have went back through all the stuff that I had sent him and picked something anyway. But anyway, I was listening to this guy. Let's just go ahead and put it up. I don't care if there's one person or 20 people. They can find it. We can put the link in here if we need to or whatever. But now, hopefully this isn't 3 minutes. You don't have to run. If it's like a 3 minute, Jay, don't even bother, right? I'm sorry. I just switched over to chats, Scum TV, motivational quotes. Hey, baby, good to see you. I'm glad you sound better. I thank you. I'm glad I sound better too. And I'm definitely glad to be a little bit more active today. Although, again, I did have to lay down and take a nap for 2 hours. Like, I'm recovering from being sick. It has to be an age thing. This is the second time this has happened to me. That's the only thing that I know. So I'm going to have to definitely focus back. 2 years ago, I just kind of got up one day and never went back to the gym. Like I was like in the gym 6 days a week kind of chick. I looked the same. I was the same weight. I wasn't any different, but I ate a lot more. I ate what I wanted to. But I just stopped, like physically being healthy, I guess. So that's not a good idea. So back to that. I'm going to get back to that. But anyway, and Jay, I don't know if Jay's like hanging out right this moment, but if he is, and he might have to go like do some stuff to get the video or whatever. But so this guy is talking. Now listen, again, and not even again. Let me say this. He's about to put the video up. See, I knew it. He's about to put the video up. Yeah. Hey Jay, if it's like 3 minutes, we don't have to do the 3 unless you feel like we should. But this is the gist of the video. Anyway, if not the whole video, we're going to talk about this. Maybe. Not right now. We're not going to talk about it now. We're not going to talk about it now. Okay. No, we are going to talk about it now. But anyway, so in the video, this guy is, I did it again, forward and backwards. I'm speaking to the people that this would apply to. If it doesn't apply to you, then I'm definitely not speaking to you. A very wise man. I haven't shared this with anybody right now. I'm talking about the show, you guys. I'm sorry, but my glasses are terribly dirty. Okay, so a terribly wise man once told me, we were having a conversation. I probably even told the story. Oh, it's back up. We're going to try again. Okay. I was just going to talk.
Change while we together. I don't give a if you change while we apart. You didn't care enough about me to change when I was crying, when I was begging, when I was pleading for you to see me. But now, when I get enough strength to leave, now all of a sudden you want to change. But guess what? I ain't gonna know. I gave you way too much attention while we was together. I gave you too much of my time while we was together, too much of my energy, too much of my consideration. When we break up, I'm done. I close the door, lock it, and throw away the key. When I close doors, the mother stay closed. I don't leave them cracked. I don't put a peephole in it. I won't fucking know if you changed or not. So if you do not want to be in that category, do not up a good thing. Change while you have me. Improve while I'm still begging you to. But once I'm done, I'm fucking done. If you couldn't change while we together, I don't give a if you change while we apart. You didn't care enough about me to change when I was crying, when I was.
Oh, y'all know I'm going to talk about this, right? I want to say, first of all, and listen, I am not coming from some holier than thou spot. I chose a man for 20 years every day. And he was dehumanizing me, and I chose him every day. I chose him every single day. That's my responsibility in all of it. So I specifically asked that my daughter's dog not be down here while I was on the show. So I'm going to mute for just a second. Okay, my bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. He's obnoxious and he jumps and he'll get in the chair and push me around. Like, so sorry. Please forgive me. Anyway, so obviously this is past tense for someone, right? This is a past tense thing. But, and I don't know if it seems to me like this is coming from a painful place within him, but he could be, I saw that he's like a motivational speaker, and like he could, be specifically inputting emotion into this. So I'm not speaking on any of that, and I'm not even speaking on him, but what are we doing as, like, if I'm a woman trying to become the type of woman that I choose, and also that's appealing to the type of man that I desire, and I have men begging me to change, and I'm not saying he's begging me, but there are men begging the women to change. I haven't witnessed this, me, myself, and I have not witnessed a man. I'm just me. Frustration, the frustration that he carries, I have witnessed, But what are we doing as a unit, as a female and a male unit, that we're in a position to spread the idea that it's okay to ask your partner to change for you? When did this become a thing? When did it become okay? When did we normalize us forcing a partner or requesting a partner to change their behavior to make us happy? When did we, where are we at? How, it's no wonder that we don't have relationships with each other. Why are we continually in places where we're asking someone else to change for us to be happy? Like, does anyone see the selfishness in that? If that person's behavior is not conducive and does not help you balance who you are as a person in a relationship, then you shouldn't be choosing that energy for yourself. I'm sharing the show. I haven't shared it on my phone. So what are we doing? Because what's going on, strolling through? It's good to see you guys. I know you are. I appreciate you guys showing up. But I mean, this dude was really adamant, and he was like, so the person now is changed. Great. It doesn't affect him one way or the other. But in my mind, I'm like, well, is there any part of you, like any part of you, boo, that you might need to address, that you continually chose the same woman over and over again with repeated behavior, bad behavior that obviously, caused him some distress? Again, he may be interjecting these emotions or injecting these emotions into this. I don't follow him. I didn't go look at his page to see what he was all about, because it's not really about him. But I'm just saying, like, in this moment, he was very passionate about what he was saying about this. Like, you could almost feel it in him. Like, okay, baby, like, I could tell that he tried, like he really made an effort. At least that's what he was projecting. So, and I'm listening to him, and I'm like, he's just so adamant that this person changed, and I'm waiting for him to like interject a different narrative. Like, I'm waiting for him to say, that's not what was going on. Maybe that he wasn't waiting around and waiting for this person to change for him. I think he does mention at the end something about give me a second, my brain. At the end, he does mention something about if you didn't grow, or, something that's more not making them change, more about just them. Like, if they did more growing, I mean, that makes sense. Obviously, if you're with someone and you guys are evolving, not de-evolving, evolving, makes sense that you're growing, and that's what should be happening. You should be evolving, and you should be able to allow the other person to evolve. I mean, I don't know anybody that's just completely, I mean, especially at this, I guess it depends on the age that you're at, because, if you're at a younger age bracket, then obviously, depending on where you're at with your mindset, the evolution of yourself could be, around the corner, or 10, 15, 20 years out. I would like to think that the younger generation is evolving a little bit a little bit quicker than we. But I mean, that would be a great thought. I don't know if it's true or not. It'd be a great thought. I do know that they're much smarter than we are. That part I do know. I do know that they're much smarter than us. When it comes to mine, what's going on, Natasha? Good to see you. Happy New Year. Yes, you guys, Happy New Year to everyone, because really this is our first interaction in the new year. Happy New Year. I'm a terrible host. I probably should have waited another week. I don't think my mind's quite, for the whole, I haven't really had conversations and been talking to people. I've only done one TikTok in a week. I do one every day. So, but anyway, we're going to push through. But yes, Happy New Year. Like, subscribe, you guys. If you're just getting here, or if you're watching on pre-recorded version, make sure you hit the like. Very important. I have to remember too. I have to force myself to remember, and actually do it and go in, and that kind of stuff. So I forgot that I was sharing the show, you guys. Come on. So anyway, I guess I can't imagine getting into a relationship with someone who says to me that I needed to change something about me. Now look, obviously I'm not speaking about bad behavior. Obviously I'm not saying that if it's bad behavior, it's not what I'm saying. Okay? It's not what I'm saying at all. But if you're in a relationship with someone, I mean, just maybe it's me. Maybe I'm overthinking it, you guys. But I don't understand asking someone to change to make you happy. So you're asking someone to be something that they're not because you deem it a better version of them. And that would make you happy. Or are you convinced that it would make them happy if they did it that way? I don't understand the concept of asking someone to change for you, I guess. I used to always say my ex was like two people, literally. Like literally. There was a person who used everything that he knew about me. So he was literally he knew everything about me. He knew everything that I liked. And so he created the perfect man. But that's not who he was. He was this other person, right? And I lived with both of them for 20 years. Again, and chose them. And he used to say, "Oh, you want me to change? You want me to change?" And I used to, I'm such a smart ass sometimes. And it's not even that I'm a smart ass. It's just that I'm not stupid. And a lot of people treat me like I'm stupid and talk to me. What's going on, Jason? Happy New Year. A lot of people treat me sometimes like I'm, first of all, the industry that I am in, even though there are a lot of women, the men talk to you. They treat you like you don't know a lot. Like you won't know as much as they do. They definitely treat you that way. right? And they will challenge you. They will challenge you. I will definitely say that. But, you know, for the most part, to ask someone to change, yes, there are levels, Jason. I agree that there are levels to changing yourself. But the key word is changing yourself. You should not be in a relationship with someone who you are asking them to change something. Because if you're asking them to change it, why are you asking them to change it? Because it would make you happy. It would make you feel better in the relationship if they did this one thing more or less here nor there, not acknowledgement or acknowledgement of said thing. It would make you happy. If it's not manipulative, I'm open to listen and adapt to a potential upgrade that benefits our couple relationship. If that wasn't the case for you, then you're right to protect yourself. All right, let me just read it again. I'm not disagreeing with that. I mean, if that is your, you know, the same with you. Like if that is what you will accept in a relationship, that's cool. It's one thing. And again, I'm not speaking on the grounds of like growth as an individual and a partner that is respectfully speaking to you in your growth. I'm talking about, you know, a partner that is in your face with you will or need to change this behavior and you are going to do it now, you know, like ultimatums and, you know, that sort of thing. And again, I don't know what the behavior could be. In my head, I'm trying to think of things like, what are the behaviors? Like, would it be money spending behaviors? Would it be single behavior stuff? Like you're hanging out with friends and going out with people? Would it be too friendly with people on the internet? Like, I don't know what it would be that you would be asking someone to change for the benefit of your relationship. Like, what would it be? What would it be? I don't even know, but I mean, the way he was saying was like, whatever she was doing was detrimental. Like he wasn't just saying it like, you know, she grinds her teeth when she eats dinner or something. You know, it wasn't that kind of, you know, the way he's saying it and the way he's saying. And I know he's talking about afterwards. Like, I understand that his whole video is about afterwards. Like, I don't care what happens to you afterwards. I'm like that. I hope he heals. I hope their father heals to the most that he could ever heal. I hope that he's able to, you know, be a part of his grandchildren's life in the most healing and wise way. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't have any faith in him for that. It's tragic, but it's true. I don't believe in it. I guess it could happen. But do I want to change? Did I want to change him? What I used to say to him was, I don't want to change you. I want you to choose. I used to say, I want you to choose between the man that you present to me and the man that's in the street. Like, you have two different life. You have this like street guy that's, first of all, not even a street guy. I don't even know how to explain it. He was just always in the streets. He was always gone, like always gone, always. Right. And so, but then when he would show up, like he would go and do stuff like buy me an outfit for me to put on and then take me out that night. Right. Stuff like that. But he knew that part of it. Right. I don't know why I'm divulging all of this information. I think because I never really wanted him to change. I wanted him to either show up as one or the other. And it was never, in my mind, he had to be one or the other. He couldn't be both. And maybe he was both, but the side of him that I despised, I couldn't live with any longer. And I am not one to be in this situation, to be honest with you, having conversations like this with somebody. Like, even like I'm thinking of before they broke up, as many times as he's saying he had the conversation with her about changing, how many times he'd asked her to change, how many times he needed her to be something different for him. How do you even I can't even imagine getting to that place again where I'm doing that. I've had it reversed. Both the relationships. Basically we're like, I didn't know you were going to be like this all the time. Like, I guess they thought I sent a representative. And so they didn't know I was going to be like that 100% of the time. And so they wanted me to change. Like, they wanted me to tone my Kim down, which was ludicrous to me. I didn't even, how do for those of you who have actually met me, what's going on, Shauna? What's going on, girl? Happy New Year. For those of you who have actually met me or talked to me off here, I'm pretty calm tonight just because of, me being so ill for so long. But I'm a little on the, loud and eccentric, gaudy and eccentric kind of thing. I'm boisterous and have a voice, and I'm very affectionate. And yeah, so it's really hard for me to tone down who I am, because it's who the fuck I am. Like, I am naturally loud. I am naturally present. I naturally show up in a room. I'm not one of those people that I quietly show up, but I show up. I'm not like, I've analyzed myself to the point where I want to say, am I, like, people will say the loudest person in the room is usually the whatever. I'm not the loudest person in the room, but I had to think about if I was or not. Am I the loudest person in the room? And I'm not. I'm not normally. I'll get loud with somebody, like we can while we talking and stuff loud, but not like I want to be seen loud. I think I'm seen enough. I think most women are seen enough. I think men and women, we're so sexualized nowadays. We're seen all the time. Like, everybody fucking sees me. Everybody sees y'all. I mean, I know it. I mean, I watch, the people on my threads, and I watch the people that I follow. I watch their comments. I chit chat with my friends, men and women, about our daily adventures on our DMs. We're all seen at this point. We are all fucking seen. There isn't anybody that isn't seen. I mean, people that don't even have, what appears to be any significance, are sometimes seen more than people that, are significant and relevant. But when it came to this video, I don't know. I don't know. I felt some type of way about him. Like, how, I had other questions, of course. Like, how long? Was this a 6-month relationship? Was it a year relationship, 2-3 year relationship? I mean, I guess it wouldn't matter at the end of the day. That if you were repeatedly asking someone over and over again to change who they are. And so then I would imagine that the story goes that the person agrees to do it because they want to make this person happy, even though it's not really conducive to who they are as a person. And so they set out with the best intentions of doing this one thing or not doing this one thing, or behaving this one way or not behaving this other way. And it eventually is, whatever that is less and less. And they're right back to who they originally were, because that's who they are. I mean, at what point are we going to be adults about our relationships and say, listen, it's evident that you are this way. And let me be very clear. I was mistaken. Like, I was wrong. I thought that I would be okay with this, and I'm not. Like, I'm not mad. I'm not upset. I don't want you to be mad. I don't want you to be upset. But, I don't want you to change. I want you to be exactly who you are when I met you. And all I'm saying is that honestly, it's not conducive to who I am now. Now that we've been together, now that we've shared time, now that we've had more time together, this isn't going to be, a forever thing. Like, why is that so? I'm sure that I told you guys, and maybe I didn't, but I watch Netflix, right? I told you I watch what I want to watch. I'm deliberate, and I watch a lot of. I'm sure that I watch what's considered garbage nonsense. I'm sure that I have a few things, and that's because literally the rest of my life is deep and serious. Like, oh, very much so. So I like some shit that's just nonsense. Um, but one of the things that I watch is Love on the Spectrum, and it's about couples that are on the autism spectrum that are dating and looking for a partner. And they're so honest with each other and they're so careful with each other's feelings, and they'll say, like, they'll go on a date or 2 dates and you'll be rooting for them. And then one of them will go, you want to go out again? And the other one will go, I do, but only if it's friends. Because, like, I really like you and I think you're a great guy, but I don't know if we're, compatible. And the other person will be like, oh, I think I've told this story. The other person will be like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought, that we were having a good, oh, yeah, no, we were having a great time. They're like, okay, well, it's okay. Like, and then they're like, okay, well, we'll talk to you later. They'll say, can I call you sometime or something? They'll be like, yeah, you can do that. And nobody's, no harm, no foul. They've been on a few dates. They've enjoyed each other. They're not for each other. They tell each other that openly and honestly. It's the sweetest shit ever. They're not trying to change each other, even at the levels that they are. Some of them are really high functioning. Some of them are not. I'm going to be honest. Some of them are not high functioning. I mean, I guess they would be. I don't know. I don't think some of them are really high functioning. There's one couple on there. They're definitely not high functioning, but the parents are there and they're guardians and all that. So it's not like people don't know what's happening. Anyway, they're not trying to make the other person be anything other than what they are. And if it doesn't fit with who they are and what they're trying to do, then they're not interested. They don't care about odds and how many people have been divorced and how many people didn't work and how many people did. They don't care about any of that shit. Do we work together? Do we work together? I mean, are y'all really in relationships where people are saying these things to you that you need to change? You need to change for them? I mean, are you really? I mean, again, I just can't imagine what it would be that it would be this detrimental. That's I guess what I'm thinking, like, what could the behavior be that could be so bad that he would be this upset by it, or anyone really? Like, okay, we broke up and now you want to change, but what are you changing? Again, bad behavior. Like, do you scream all the time? Are you physical? I mean, what's the behavior? I get that there's not a line, but I get that there's a line, I guess. I guess there's a line. So it's not really, I'm not saying it's not bad or toxic behavior, because it could be, but what if it's not? What if it's like me, like that I kiss too much? Just for the sake of conversation. What if it's something simple like that? Like, I don't think it is in this case, but I'm just saying, like, what if it's something simple? And then I tell somebody I broke up with him because he wanted me to stop kissing him so much. And they say to me, oh my God, he was fucking perfect. He was wealthy and he had his life all together. And he was this and that. And he was, oh my God, you guys, da da da. And like, how foolish do I sound by saying that I walked away from a man who was fairly good to me because he wanted me to stop kissing him so much. How does that sound? Sounds insane, doesn't it? However, that was the case. I mean, he really did say, like, I have to stop kissing so much. I really did say that. That really happened, you guys. That really fucking happened. And I hope you guys don't think that I'm like bitter, because I'm not. I'm not really bitter about any of these things. I think they're kind of funny to me now. Like when I tell the stories in my head, I'm like, Kim, that shit don't even sound right. Like, doesn't even make any fucking sense at all. It doesn't make any sense at all. But it, to me, it kind of does. But maybe I'm so touchy about the change thing is because I don't want anybody to come in and try to change me. I don't want someone to come in and say that I have to be different or I have to do something different, because I worked very hard to become this me. So the last thing I want is someone that is choosing me with the intention of me giving them something in return by changing some quality or characteristic or feature or behavior of mine so that it invokes pleasure in them or happiness or some type of joy, so that they are now reliant on this particular behavior from me to make them happy. So if I do not have this particular behavior, or not this behavior, whatever the situation is, again, it could be anything, then they are not going to be happy. So not only are they not happy, now they're mad at me because I couldn't make them happy. It is ridiculous that we go around trying to change men. Obviously, and I'm saying obviously again, I don't know if he's speaking from his own experience in this clip or just speaking on this situation in general. But again, he seems to have a lot of emotion behind these words, you guys. A lot. Jay played the video earlier, but it's on, I don't know what that is. Is that a reel? Yeah, it's a reel. And it's Ace Metaphor. And he's saying, I don't care if you changed after we broke up, but I'm just saying, he's basically saying that, these relationships where people are just in it and begging each other to change. Please change. Please change. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. I need you to stop doing this. I need you to start doing that. I need you to be more of this. I need you to be less of that. Like, oh my God. Like, what is the point? I mean, what are we? This shit doesn't even seem real to me in real life. Have any of y'all recently, like in the last, recent couple of years, not 10 years ago, recent couple of years, gone through this shit? Like actually been in a relationship with someone who is demanding that you change something? Like does this shit really go on? Do people really do this shit right now? Is this a totally different generation that does it? Is it not my generation that does it and that's why I don't see it? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of confused by it all, to be honest with you. And when I listened to this and I saw it, I mean, he was really like, you didn't change, you didn't change, you didn't change, you didn't change. I asked you, I was begging you, I was crying. I mean, the man was begging this woman, begging to copy link, to change for him so he could be happy. He was just adamant about it. You trying to change now. I'm like that. Like whatever my exes do, they do. I don't, or even acquaintances or whatever. Do you? I'm good. I'm the best to you. No hard feelings. Like legit. Even if you're a dick, and I'm over it. It's still no hard feelings for me. Like, I'm thankful to the universe that I was able to see early on who you were and that it wasn't right for me, and I can move past that shit and on, to the next. Sounds terrible, but you guys know what I mean. You guys know what I mean. And so, yeah, so there's that. But anyway, I did not know, to be honest with you guys, like how long I was going to be able to keep this whole thing up tonight. And I am, I know it's early. I know it's only been 45 minutes. I know. But I am wiped out. Like I'm forcing my eyes to say, I thought about having a little glass of wine, and I was like, oh my God, no, probably put me on my whole entire ass. Like I didn't even eat for like days, like 4 days. So, like I said, I overexerted myself. I got some big shit going on. I'm opening a real estate firm here in Huntsville. And so soon, the next couple of months. So I got a lot of big shit happening. I'm sure I'll make an official announcement once I get with my publicists and all of those people that I have to fuck with now. But anyway, I appreciate y'all for showing up. I'm sorry. I apologize for last week. Even though I was sick, and that's unavoidable, obviously, but I mean, we had no idea it was gonna, just not show up. So that's not really the most professional thing in the world to do. So I still want to apologize for it. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Happy New Year. Thanks for showing up. If you haven't already, subscribe, and share the shit out of the show. Feel free to every Tuesday. Of all the things that I do this on Tuesday. I do really make it my business to be here because Jay makes it his business to be there for me too. So I want to do that for him and myself, of course. But so I thank you, Jay. Thank you. I'm sorry I didn't go longer. I tried. I appreciate you though. And thank you guys for showing up, and I will see you next Tuesday. Hopefully I'll have a little bit more energy, a little bit more pizzazz. Thank you.